I coached a man who fought hard for his family. Him and his wife had had many years of fertility issues. He was doing a job he didn't want to do in order to pay for the treatment. When his family finally arrived, the man felt like he was just existing in his life. Years of fertility issues, that alone would break a lot of people. I worked with this amazing guy who had been struggling with fertility issues for 6 years. He ended up doing a job which he wasn't really aligned with or enjoyed doing, which paid well. He was a very successful man in order to pay for the treatment. And after 6 years, they got what they wanted. They got their family. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy for them. But as time goes on, this guy becomes more unhappier in himself and more disconnected. He told me he's just turning up. Yeah, it's not him on the photographs. He goes through the motions. When they do a family activity, it's not him really there. Because not only has he had the pressure of being able to pay for all the fertility treatment, not forgetting the pressure of wanting to build a family. Don't remember, we've got lots of shiny objects in the world these days, but ultimately, as kids, most men and women, all they want is to get married and have children before we put in the complicated stuff. And when you can't have that, that becomes extremely stressful. So he got everything he wanted, but the stress of fighting for what he wanted, the stress of doing a job in order to pay for what he wanted, and now when he's got what he wanted, he feels more disconnected than ever because he's actually drifted away from who he really is, and he's not aligned with what he's doing, and he is just existing. And this is just a common story which I have found from speaking to many men who've been through something extremely similar. Yeah, he also got himself in the life trap. He has a family now. So they have this saying, keeping up with the Joneses. So now he's working even harder, or was working even harder in the job he hated in order to provide for that family. And it's just ended up being a giant spiral of unhappiness, disconnection, and unalignment for this guy. So here's what actually happened with this guy. He spent so long fighting to have his family, and he lost his identity in that fight. And when he got what he wanted, what he started the fight for, he didn't stop. He didn't stop with his job. That the pressure of having a family then came into play, and he started fighting to provide for that family now. And that just strips away any identity he had. And he was an empty soul. That was his exact words to me. I feel like an empty soul. I feel dead inside and I want to be alive again. So we had a chat and we talked about not fighting for that bigger house, not fighting for that better job, which he wasn't aligned with, but actually fighting for being present in the family which he's wanted for many years. And when he started to focus on that happiness, his identity started to come back. Ultimately, if he had 6 kids and had a 3-bedroom house, of course he needs to upgrade his house. There's not enough bedrooms in the house. But when he had a big enough house, and the reason he wanted to move house was because he wanted to keep up with everybody else, I wanted his family to fit in like everybody else was, that would have just brought more unhappiness. So this guy decided not to upgrade his life in terms of the house. He decided to stay put. He decided to work on being happy and being alive inside around his family. He went to work on the balance of, he's still got to go to work. He's got a family to provide for. But he went onto the balance of going to work, but being present with his family, but also looking at doing something which he wanted to do on the side. That is something which we went to work on, something which aligns with him, which hopefully eventually will be able to provide for his family in the longer term. So we worked on the short term financially, the potential long-term vision financially, but most importantly, being happy around his family, being present in the moment, getting to know who he really is, and being the great dad, which he was really born to be before he got lost in himself. If something resonated with you, please leave a comment in the comment box below. This is The Drift, and I am Scott.